A lawyer asked me recently about practice development, and one of the concerns that he had was the pricing of his service. He was concerned that perhaps he had to lower his price in order to meet competition. It seems to me that that's probably the worst thing that you can do. Not to meet competition, that's not the issue, but to lower your price. You obviously have to have a price that's commensurate with your competitive marketplace in your geographic area. But it seems to me that one of the things that will set you aside, in fact, the only thing that will truly set you aside, is not price. Because once you lower your price, they lower their price, you lower your price, and all of a sudden you're sliding down this slippery slope. The thing that sets you apart, however, is your expertise. Now, I know that everybody thinks that they're the best lawyer. I know that when you go to solicit a client, that you always talk about you're the best. The client knows that. Otherwise, the client wouldn't be talking to you, or the prospect wouldn't be talking to you. But the fact is that there are many great lawyers in this country, and once you have the certificate of graduation from law school and the law certificate from the state bar of your jurisdiction, most clients perceive us as being equal with every other lawyer in the country. Now, here we're not talking about the bet the company kind of case. You know, if you need Boyce to go to the Supreme Court, that's one thing. If you need Johnny Cochran to fight your criminal matter, that's another thing. But that's not what we're talking about here. How is it then that you set yourself aside and apart from other lawyers? First, broaden your expertise. Make sure that you know as much as possible about the subject matter of your interest. Make sure that you expand that knowledge base continuously. Continuing legal education is not just for CEU units, not just for MCLE. It's for truly broadening your skill base. Then, once you have that broad skill base, think about what other aspects will help you make you a better lawyer. For example, you may be the best family law lawyer in the country, bar none. How would you possibly broaden that expertise? One of the things you might do is to review the tax code. Become an expert in tax law as it relates to family matters. Another thing you might do is think about estate planning and how the changed circumstances of the family impact the family's estate plan, and what recommendations you might bring to bear to your clients in this arena. Always expand your skill base. Now, once you do that, promote that. Lecture, write, make sure the world knows the depth and breadth of your knowledge base in that particular area. Create and disseminate a body of work. Have a variety of that work. And get quoted in the newspapers, in the magazines, on the internet. Get quoted by third parties because they are your expert referral sources. Innovate. Recombine what you've already done. If you've written 2 or 3 books, take pieces of them and create pamphlets that you can distribute to your clients. There is intellectual property and intellectual capital. The intellectual capital is what's between your ears, somebody once said to me. The intellectual property is what's out there in the public. So what you're seeking to do is get intellectual property that's out in the public so the public knows to call you. Adjust to the economy, adjust to our society, the demographics and technological changes that we're facing. All of this goes a long way toward effective and profitable practice development. The bottom line of what I'm saying here is that you're raising the bar. There's a book called Blue Ocean And in this concept, you are creating a whole new platform. You are not competing with anybody else. You are raising the bar and standing alone in a new marketplace. That is effective practice development. That is profitable practice development. That's where you want to be. Again, thanks for joining us tonight.